protecting the Gulf of Guinea. In an annual security exercise called Obangame Express, the Nigerian Navy joins forces with over 20 countries.
Police in Somalia's northern puntland states remain on alert amid a strings of attacks over the past year by Islamic State terror groups.
Meet Miss Albinism. The fight to end discrimination takes a new turn with the start of Zimbabwe's Miss Albinism beauty pageant. Africa 54 starts right now.
Hello and thanks for tuning in to Africa 54. I'm Joke Rogers at Channels Television here in Lagos, and I'm joined by my colleague Vincent Makori at the Voice of America in Washington.
Well, thanks a lot, Joke. I'm Vincent Makori at our global headquarters in Washington, D.C. Happy to be with you again for another edition of Africa 54. Let's start off with a look at how military forces in the Gulf of Guinea are teaming up to keep their waters safe. Joke Rogers in Lagos brings you that story.
That's right. Nigeria's economic security depends largely on its waterways, and as such, maritime security is a matter of national interest. In addition to securing internal waters, the Nigerian Navy joins maritime forces of over 20 countries in an annual security exercise called Obangame Express to protect the Gulf of Guinea. The collaboration provides countries in the region with the opportunity to share information and refine tactics in order to police their waterways more efficiently.
A coastal state must have the capacity to monitor and secure its waterways. While patrolling Nigeria's internal waters to ward off criminals, the Nigerian Navy has the task of protecting the waters that stretch outward, including the Gulf of Guinea. Piracy is a common threat to over 20 maritime nations in the region. Since 2010, navies of the Gulf of Guinea maritime nations have been participating in Obangame Express, a multinational approach to dealing with security threats. Piracy, smuggling, and illegal fishing are regular occurrences at sea, but these are only scenarios created at the exercise to boost the capacity of naval personnel when they encounter real-life situations. This year, the Nigerian Navy joins 25 other countries for the drill, which seeks to foster cooperation.
We are ready and prepared to conduct what they call MIO, Maritime Interdiction Operations. We are ready to also conduct VBSS, Vessel Boarding, Searching and Seizure. We have that capability on board. We also have a number of soft kill weapons on board, which we can use actually to achieve our objective without inflicting maximum damage on the enemy.
4 Nigerian warships and 2 helicopters are deployed for the exercise, holding simultaneously in other countries in the Gulf of Guinea. There is also international collaboration with some European countries, such as France and Portugal.
In direct support of this exercise is our maritime domain awareness capability also, which even from ashore, you're able to know what is going on at sea. So in the course of this exercise, definitely we'll be able to see some of the backwaters and see how we can improve on what we're already doing to curb the crude oil theft, the illegal refinery issues, and all such criminalities in our backwaters.
Nigeria boasts self-preeminence in the continent in many areas. Naval strength is one of them. The Nigerian Navy continues to safeguard the country's waterways to ensure a safe maritime environment for its cargo economy to thrive. Obangame Express provides an avenue to better protect the adjoining waters with its neighbors.
The security of Nigeria's territorial waters is critical to revenue generation. Therefore, addressing the challenges associated with safeguarding our waters is necessary. Joining us now for that is security analyst Chidi Wonu. He joins us from London. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
It's It's worrisome, Chidi, don't you think, that despite efforts to protect our waters, there are still cases of, smuggling and hijacking and, piracy, if I could put it that way. What impact do you think this has on the nation's economy?
Well, it has a severe impact on our economy and also on how Nigeria functions, as a member of not just the sub-region but the international community. As you know, Nigeria depends a lot on exports, the export of not just our manufactured goods, but also things like crude oil, and also we import a lot. We import, machine tools, refined fuel, and lots of other products, and also other goods. So the sea is vital to our trade. What can't come by air, and that's a lot, comes by sea. So it has a serious deleterious effect on our economy.
Well, we know that most of these criminal activities are done by militants and other sea criminals, sea pirates. What will be a way of putting this to an end, or, limiting it as much as possible?
But one of the factors about any maritime crime is that you must always look to the land before you look to the sea. So the first thing you want to ask is, what's the cause of these crimes? And there's various reasons. The first one is key. It's economic. The people committing these crimes have no other form of livelihood, or at least no other form of livelihood that is as lucrative as crime. So the first thing is, if you're looking at crime, particularly in the Niger Delta, you're looking at the twin issue of the environmental degradation of their land and the loss of opportunities, and also the fact that they see so much wealth being pumped out and not getting anything in return. So that's a purely governance and socio-political issue that once that's resolved, you can now start dealing with the crime issue. But until you have a resolution to that in the Niger Delta, it's very unlikely you're going to see any kind of resolution to that problem. At the same time, as I mentioned earlier, you have problems of lack of port facilities in Nigeria, where everything goes through ports. And what that means is that there's a huge amount of congestion at that port, which makes it very inviting for criminals, not just at the sea to attack ships or to rob ships, but also on the land. The corruption being involved in trying to clear it, has a negative effect on the maritime environment. So, as I always say, the key thing is, before you start talking about security infrastructure, you need to look at the causes and the risks for these criminal activities. And once you eliminate them, then you move to the next stage of developing a more comprehensive security infrastructure. The most important being situational awareness. So things like coastal radar, air patrols, but things that will tell you specifically what exactly is in your coastal waters, and then you can start monitoring it from there.
So in that regard, we know that all this boils down to the level of surveillance, as you've said, and monitoring. Would you say an agency like the Nigerian Navy is well equipped in terms of devices and technology to police the coastal areas?
I wouldn't say it's well equipped, and I would also, it begs a much deeper question as to, do you want your Navy to be policing your coast, or do you want your Navy to be moving, to operating further afield, to be operating in blue waters, in your economic exclusion zones and along the coast of Africa? And do you want to look at protecting your coast with a dedicated coast guard? So a force that is specifically designed to operate in those coastal waters, and also, in the case of Nigeria, to operate a brown water force, operate in our rivers and our inland waterways, because there's a lot of crime on our inland waterways as well. There's river pirates, there's, also navigation issues on there as well. So I would suggest that the Navy might not be the best force for that. The Navy should be maybe focused on external operations, while you have a force which is solely configured towards dealing with threats on our coastline. And that way, again, as I said, you then have that delineation of command and a much more clearer focus and mission, for whatever agency is taking part or doing that activity.
Right, thank you so much. Security analyst Chidi Nwonu, thank you for joining us today on Africa 54.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. Now, coming up, recovering from Boko Haram's damage to the education sector in Nigeria's northeast, teaching the teachers through capacity building programs.